Look, let's be real. If you've ever felt completely overwhelmed by the sheer, crazy pace of artificial intelligence right now, well, the document we're unpacking in today's explainer might actually fundamentally change how you map out your professional life. We're going to explore the digital skill portfolio binder of Jesse Campbell. And let me tell you, this is definitely not your standard chronological resume. It's really more of a master blueprint for structuring a modern AI-integrated career. It gives us this absolutely fascinating look at how to organize knowledge, adapt to new tech, and basically construct a professional identity that is custom designed for the future of work. Right out of the gate, Jesse drops his career mission. He says he wants to build adaptive AI systems and automation frameworks that enhance human learning and productivity. I mean, wow, that is so much more than a typical objective statement, right? It's a complete paradigm shift. He's totally moving away from the posture of a passive job seeker and stepping into the role of an active systems builder. The focus isn't on what a company can do for him. Instead, it's about engineering frameworks that literally make human beings faster and more capable. This super deliberate constructive approach, that is the philosophical anchor for everything we are about to explore. So think of this like opening a highly organized binder to its table of contents. We're going to walk through this in 4 distinct parts today. First, the architect's mission. Second, building the skill tree. Third, AI and automation projects. And finally, number 4, mapping the future ecosystem. All right, jumping right into section 1, the architect's mission. To really grasp what this portfolio is all about, we gotta look at how Jesse positions himself professionally. He operates as an AI systems architect, an automation engineer, and a knowledge systems designer. Notice those titles: architect, engineer, designer. These are the titles of a builder. And his core strengths: systems thinking, AI literacy, automation design, learning systems, and entrepreneurship. Well, these are literally his raw materials. What is incredibly powerful here is how he blends hard-coded technical skills with this visionary business acumen. Because sure, being highly literate in AI is great, but when you combine that with systems thinking and entrepreneurship, it means you aren't just writing code in a vacuum. You're building intelligent frameworks that actually solve real business problems and, crucially, can scale. That specific intersection is the rock-solid foundation of a modern career. Moving right along to section 2, building the skill tree. So, how do you actually organize all those complex strengths? Well, Jesse basically gamifies his career development using a concept straight out of video games, a skill tree. And honestly, the brilliance of this framework is how it completely future-proofs his career against tech turnover. We start on the left with root skills, things like systems thinking, learning agility, communication, and problem solving. These are deeply human foundational traits. And the best part? They never become obsolete. These permanent root skills feed directly into technical skills, your AI agents, automation, web development, and cloud management. Now, technical skills have a super short shelf life. The tool you use today might be completely irrelevant in 2 years. But if your root skill of learning agility is strong, you just constantly update your technical skills. Finally, those technical competencies bridge right into business skills, entrepreneurship, product design, strategy. That right there is the monetization layer. It's an absolute masterclass in career design. Okay, let's look at the actual construction phase in Section 3, AI and automation projects. Now, a blueprint is great, but an architect actually has to build something, right? Which brings us to Jesse's flagship project. And I love this name, juicedUP Omega. It sounds wild, but the technical reality of it is very serious. It's a comprehensive AI-native operating system integrated with agents, workflows, and knowledge graphs. We are witnessing a massive shift in the industry right now, moving from people just using AI as a simple conversational chatbot to deploying AI as autonomous agents that can execute complex, multi-step tasks. By building an entire operating system around this concept, Jesse is creating this interconnected environment where workflows just happen seamlessly in the background. It's an overarching ecosystem built from the ground up for massive productivity gains. Zooming into that broader ecosystem for a second, we find specific tools, like JuiceBot. This acts as a custom prompt engine and learning automation system. You know, most of us use AI pretty passively, right? We ask a question when we happen to think of one. But JuiceBot, it represents a far more deliberate approach. It's a highly customized personal assistant engineered specifically to systematize Jesse's own learning process and just eliminate everyday friction. By putting a system around how he prompts and interacts with AI, he gets high-quality, consistent outputs every single time. It is a tool purely designed to compound his own human intelligence. Basically, he is using AI to teach himself faster, which is for sure the ultimate competitive advantage. And his systems thinking translates into some incredibly accessible tools too. First, there's the Hustle Hack Deck, which is this 138-card gamified learning system applying structured, engaging mechanics to education. And then, even more practically, he built a custom Chrome extension. This serves as a browser-based automation and prompt execution engine. I mean, talk about user-centric design. The best automation doesn't make you open 5 different apps. It lives right at the point of action. By dropping his automation engine directly into the web browser, he literally removes all the friction from the workflow. It really proves his ability to take high-level abstract ideas and compress them into things you can use every single day. Which brings us to the master plan. Section 4. Mapping the future ecosystem. You see, a true systems architect builds with the long-term horizon in mind. And this 5-year timeline is super insightful because, frankly, it completely rejects all that get-rich-quick hype we constantly see in the AI space. Instead, it's all about deliberate, methodical compounding. The 1-year phase is heavy on foundational reps, building agent systems, deploying automation tools, expanding the portfolio. It's pure, hands-on construction. By year 3, the strategy shifts towards scale. He evolves into launching AI platform products, so transitioning from single tools to actual commercial platforms. And finally, the 5-year target is the grand culmination, operating that fully realized AI systems architecture ecosystem, juicedUP Omega. This roadmap just proves that a real integrated technological ecosystem isn't built overnight. It takes a half-decade of focused effort, just laying one brick at a time. Now, to keep from just drowning in information overload over those 5 years, Jesse uses a tool he calls juicedUP. Basically, it's a structured knowledge system for indexing AI, automation, business, and learning frameworks. Think of it like this. If that skill tree we talked about earlier is how he categorizes his personal abilities, juicedUP is the external library index that holds the entire knowledge architecture together. In a field that moves this fast, having an externalized second brain that tracks every prompt, every script, and every business framework means you never lose valuable insights, and you can retrieve them instantly when you're scaling up. Of course, an architecture this deeply considered needs a centralized home base, and Jesse's digital footprint serves as his ultimate proof of work. His core identity is routed through ejesse.com, his code lives on GitHub, his professional network is over on LinkedIn, and his broader concepts are housed in his portfolio. In the modern tech world, having a clean, interconnected digital presence like this is absolutely crucial. It proves to anyone looking, collaborators, employers, that he doesn't just sit around theorizing about interconnected systems, he actually builds them, maintains them, and lives inside them. And that wraps up our explainer of Jesse Campbell's digital skill portfolio binder. We've looked at establishing a builder's mission, structuring human and technical skills for the future, deploying compounding AI tools, and mapping out a super methodical half-decade roadmap. But honestly, the real magic here is how you can apply these frameworks to your own professional life. Think about it. If you built your own skill tree today, what would your 5-year ecosystem look like? Are your root skills actually durable enough to support your future technical ambitions? Thanks so much for joining me on this explainer, and hey, keep building.